If your snake is stuck in shed, there's a lot of stuff online that can help you get your snake out of stuck shed, but there's not as much on how to prevent it in the first place, so that's what I'll be talking about today. So this is Goby. He's a corn snake, and as you can tell, might be able to tell, his skin is very dull. It's kind of like has a whitish tint, and so do his eyes with those little white caps. And that means that he's pretty deep in the shed, which means that he's going to take all of his skin off because he's growing, and then he'll have a nice, fresh, bright layer of skin. But the problem is sometimes people have issues with their snakes getting stuck in their shed, and this is because their shed may be too dry. The first way you can prevent this if you notice your snake is going into shed is just keep their water bowl pretty full and keep the heat lamp on them if they need one, because the heat and the water will bring the humidity up in their tank, and that humidity will help keep their skin moist and keep it from drying out so that it's easier for them to get off. And keeping the water bowl filled in its tank is also going to let your snake be able to get in that water and soak itself. If it's having trouble getting its shed off, it can go ahead, get in the water, moisten up its skin, and then shed it off easier. So Zilla has a product called Tropical Mist, and it says on it it's a humidifying spray, and generally this is for tropical animals, but it's also if your reptile is stuck in shed, it can help prevent that skin from getting dry. So you simply just spray this in the tank after shaking it up. You can spray it directly on the animal. You probably shouldn't get it in their water. They can go on the bedding, on their hide or whatever. And misting this a couple times a week or once a week or however often you want will keep it more humid. And remember to keep a humidity gauge in your tank to try and stick within the limits of your animal, because too humid of a tank can give your animal some sort of respiratory infection like a cold or something, and you want to try and avoid that. The third thing you can do is use a humidifier, and I have one made by ZooMed, and it's made for reptiles. And what this does is it basically just kind of slowly pours humidity into your tank, and it's kind of like a foggy mist stuff. But using this can make your tank too humid, so make sure you're using a gauge so that you know what it's at. But this is a very quick way. But yeah, try to keep that at a good amount, but I do recommend that one by ZooMed. And the last thing is just kind of prepare them for the shed, and the best way to do that is by giving them rocks. And like Goby's hide in his tank is rough, so is his water bowl, and it's just stuff for them to rub up on so that their skin can get pulled off easier, because your goal is to have them take their skin off in one full piece, and it's not too hard for them, and you don't have to worry about them getting stuck and going through processes on fixing it. So I found that those are the best ways to prevent your snake from getting stuck in shed. I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.